So yeah, we have nightmares, which I think earlier I said were very bad ships. So we're gonna see. But against what they have, they actually might end up being very good ships, as we have Long GG bringing. That's not Long GG. This is a Nightmare Skating issue. Bringing two Nightmares, an Abaddon, a Hugin, two Confessors, two Deacons, a Vigil, and a Magus. The team that is Flight Deck is not actually Flight Deck. That is Odin's Call, also known as Rainbow Wolves, and those are not Rush Drakes and Cerberuses. Those are actually Heavy Missile Drakes and Light Missile Cerberuses. So we do have another kiting setup, but Nightmares have pretty good tracking, and so we're going to see if they're able to out-kite the DPS.
Yeah, the match is actually underway. They're getting back on time pretty quickly. The blue team turning and running very quickly away from the red team, except for one bold pilot in a hyena who's choosing to just ram into the red team. As one Kieran is just deleted by those nightmares from range, but the Hugin is getting pretty wrecked upon there on that red team.
Yeah, it was definitely. I think it was a good call on both teams. Like their target calling is right on point. Nightmare Skitty is trying to get rid of the Logi as fast as possible. Rainbow Wolves getting rid of the ultimate anti-kiting ship, which is the Hugin, which seems to actually be catching right now. Like maybe I don't know if they're going to be able to actually take it down.
Yeah, I think those deacons were perhaps a little bit out of place at first, and it just took a moment to get on top of him. Right now, if you look at me, surrounded by rep bots, all of them right now are on top of that Hugin, and the two deacons are just orbiting him pretty closely to get the reps on. When they started shooting him, because the DPS was so immediate onto that Hugin, I think they were just in the wrong position to be able to apply those reps. But it looks like he's quite comfortable now. But the blue team, Rainbow Wolves, have lost one of their Kierans, which means their rep power is essentially halved, as the hyena of Yokan Otsoba is being repped successfully, though, by that single Kieran.
Yeah, he almost went down, and he actually wasn't being repped for probably a good 15 seconds here, but he was able to get transversal, and he's they're missing him with all of their laser shots. I think Rainbow Wolves is on reload right now and getting ready to go again. I'm pretty sure they shot an entire clip into that Hugin, did not kill it, and are now preparing to unleash the damage onto the next target. These are armor nightmares, by the way, which means they might have a little bit more tracking, but they're not going to have quite as much DPS if they try to go for something bigger. They're doing some damage to Snake Plissken, but he is tanking pretty well, and it looks like they're going after the Hugin again. They actually have him down into half armor already, so we're going to see if they can rep him. They did move the rep drones off, and they're moving them back right now.
Yeah, they really need to get this Hugin down. It's a great target to remove from the field. It makes them a lot harder to be killed themselves. However, the blue team have been pushed by the red team right up into the edge of the arena now. They're in the danger fun zone, as we like to say. Some of them only just over 10 kilometers. One of the Drake Navies actually only 5 kilometers away from the edge of the boundary. So this is where they have to really pay attention. Hyena down for the Rainbow Wolves, though. That means a lot of the control and keeping those red team ships away from them has just been removed.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but the hyena actually got close enough to be neuted and grappled by a battleship, which is not particularly good. And the Hugin did live through the second set of rapid light reloads, which really does not look good. Unfortunately, we'll see what's going on, but the Hugin is now confidently pushing in and webbing and having their team destroy the Kirans of Rainbow Wolves. With this Hugin just kind of, he's living to win right now. He's just pushing in and doesn't really care. I think he's decided that he's invincible, and he does have webs on Tyr Heimdall, who is now about to start taking damage from these Nightmares and Abaddons.
Yeah, look at the difference in the control bars of these two teams here. The red team Nightmare Skating issue have just a huge amount of control on this match thanks to that Hugin. They're able to slow down, paint web the target that they're shooting, and then apply the huge amount of DPS from the Nightmares and the Abaddon. There you go. A Cerberus goes down almost immediately with no reps left. There's absolutely nothing the blue team can do at this point. Rainbow Wolves have pretty much screwed the pooch on this one, so they are just EHP to chew through before Nightmare Skating actually makes it to the next match.
Yeah, they're trying to take down the Deacon here. They're not really applying enough damage. I think it was a really, really interesting idea. I'm guessing they did not plan on using Navy Drakes with this specific setup. It probably was meant to have like Nighthawks or something. So, definitely does not have the DPS they needed. And Snake's Cerberus goes down now. I mean, at this point, Nightmare Skating's just pushing forward with their nightmares, and the Hugin, Invincible Hugin, they're trying to kill it for the third time. Maybe this will be the charm. Probably not, as they've lost 2 Cerberuses, and they're slowly getting webbed down and tackled and blasted by lasers.
Yeah, yeah. There's really nothing they can do at this point. All they're doing is just drawing it out and giving Nightmare Skating issue more time to think about their next match. And some teams do that though. If they've got to this point and they're going into the grand final next, that match will start pretty much as soon as it's ready. So the red team are in a pretty comfortable position right now, but they can actually stop shooting the Rainbow Wolves right now to give themselves a little bit more time to start thinking about what's coming up next, rather than just finishing the match as soon as possible and then starting the next match.
Yeah, it's pretty rough for Rainbow Wolves. I like what their idea was, but I'm kind of it sucks. I mean, they tried pretty hard here. They definitely tried multiple different targets with their ships too. So at least they didn't try for the same one each time. They tried to pop a Deacon. They tried to pop Confessor. They tried to go after a Hugin. They just never ever had the DPS to really make it through with the Cerberus Drakes, which is really unfortunate for them because it's a cool attempt at making a kiting meta work when the ships that they traditionally would use are out. Hodir does drop quite quickly here. Hugin, very good spaceship, and now they are webbing a Drake, and we're going to see if these Navy Drakes can tank for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I feel like maybe what they should have done when they saw that Hugin wasn't breaking is pick a target that is quite far away from the Hugin, even if they didn't actually expect to be able to break it. Beacons to peel off from the Hugin and move across the arena, and then once they saw that happening, turn and swap back to that Hugin to really put pressure on the piloting of the Deacons. Once those Deacons are just in orbit around that Hugin, applying their reps, it was clear they weren't going to break it, so they had to resort to more elite tactics, like making the Deacons actually move around and see if you can break the pilot rather than the ship.
Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. And also, when the second time that they shot at the Hugin did have a full set of rep drones on it already, or they had most of the rep drones were on it already. So maybe if you'd said maybe if they had shot something far away and got the rep drones to move as well, that could have been something. Because rep drones are very, very powerful and shockingly powerful. If you've never had them on you, you probably don't quite get how good they are. But the rep drones alone probably would keep that Hugin up even without the Deacons.
Yeah, the power down here in his Navy Drake, about to go down, and if I'm not mistaken, this means the Rainbow Wolves are out of the summer tournament, and the Nightmare Skating issue go forth to compete in the grand best of 5 final.
I think they have one more best of 3 beforehand. It's kind of hard to tell.
Do they play the bronze match first?
Yeah, I think I think they're doing it the bronze match, or they they go to the bronze match, and then the loser of that has to play something. I need to double check on this. The bracket's kind of funky, and I closed it, which is what the main problem was. I had it open and now I don't. So whoops.
Yeah, I believe the stream tomorrow opens with the best of 3 for the bronze match, and then it's on to the best of 5 grand finale.
Gotcha.
Very nice. Well, there you go. So Rainbow Wolves losing completely, utterly destroyed there. All their ships died, didn't kill a single thing. Nightmare Skating issue winning